In the first segment, we'll address decision-making, self-awareness, and multicultural issues.
Well, I just needed to come in and talk to somebody.
What were you really wanting to talk about? You look kind of sad.
I just found out that I'm pregnant. And I can't tell my parents.
And how old are you, Suzanne?
I'm 13.
And you don't have anyone to talk to?
No. You're not going to tell my parents, are you?
Well, I think that's something that's up to you to tell your parents, but I
can't tell my parents. They'll kill me. My dad will be so mad at me.
Is there any way maybe we could get your parents to let them know that you're here to see me?
No way. No way.
So they don't know that you're here to see me today?
No. Do you have to tell them? Please don't tell them. I don't have anybody I can talk to. My friends will totally tell my parents. My teachers. I don't know what to do.
We've talked about the ethical decision-making model. If this were your client and she were saying, I think I'm pregnant, what would you do?
Trust was a real big issue. She couldn't turn to anybody else. There was no one else she could talk to, so she's making the step to obviously come and talk to the counselor. That's a big step in itself. So by violating that trust and going behind her back, that might have, more ramifications than actually involving her and saying, this is a struggle and the law says this, the code says this, and you're wanting this from me. Kind of working together on that.
So you wouldn't tell her parents, certainly, without telling her?
I personally wouldn't, no.
Right. Would anybody try to involve the parents and say?
I think I would be concerned in what are the ethical rights of the parents in this matter, with the child being underage and being independent.
And might you tell her that?
Yeah, I think I would.
Would you have been remiss in not having told your client when you first started out with her that there may be times that you have to break confidentiality if she were somehow telling you, "You betraying my trust"?
So the informed consent part would be so
Would be
crucial
very
here.
crucial here.
Telling her from right at the outset the limits of confidentiality. And say that, you remember we talked about this the first week, I kind of feel in a bind and I need to work with you more on this.
I believe that I would also, not just with informed consent, I would want to find out if there was any reason particularly that she was afraid. Was it just the idea of being pregnant, being sexual? Or was it anything that's happened prior to that, or the way her family's treating her, that she had this fear?
If the law tells you, then if a 13-year-old child tells you that she's pregnant and maybe suggesting or is taking some actions about the pregnancy, you're going to have to make reports, then the law is very clear, what you have to do. And it still is difficult, even though the law is clear, for you it may still be difficult to go along with that.